Hey, welcome back to Building Dad Bod 2.0. This is my second to last heavy deadlift session before I go for the 1100 pound total. So the goal for today is to pull a single at 420. Next week, going to try to pull a single at 430. We'll have a light week in between, and then the goal on the day is to pull 440. I've never pulled 440 in my life. Most I've pulled is 433. So hopefully we can bridge that gap. So here's 420 with straps, and it wasn't budging. Now the weird thing with me is for some reason I can always deadlift more without straps, so at mixed grip, and 420 moved actually quite nicely. So that was my first attempt. Decided I better go for a second attempt. This one was definitely a little bit more of a grind, but happy to hit two singles there. I've never hit multiple singles over 415 in a session, so it's progress. Now, this was 352 with straps. And again, it didn't move as fast as I wanted. So now we'll see the next set. I'm going to go 352 without straps. We'll see if there's any difference in speed here. So one thing I like about not having straps, I have less time to overthink the deadlift. I can just go down, get into position, grab the bar brace and go. I think this set definitely moved a lot faster than it did with straps. So we'll do next week without straps. With the 430, I won't even attempt it with straps. The day of the 1100 pound total, I'm going to have to go without straps anyway. I don't like doing high rep stuff without straps, but guess the focus is going to be from this point going forward. Even after the 1100 pound total, anything heavier, we're going to be doing without straps. All right, now going to do some just partial RDLs in the bottom range of the motion. Started with 264 plus bands, realized it was too heavy, so dropped it down to 198 pounds plus the band tension. Don't ask me how much band tension there is. I have no idea. It's there though. So then what I wanted to do was, my struggle is on deadlift is off the floor. If I can get it to my knees, I can lock it out. It's either basically I don't budge it off the floor or I hit it. So goal is to just work in that range, rep them out, and get stronger from the floor to the knees. So first set I got 15 reps. I wanted to beat that on my second set. So here we go for the second set. Now, I'm always looking for ways to build my glutes stronger. So besides trying to build that range of motion, I found this to be probably, after doing it, I would say this might have hit my glutes harder than any exercise I've ever done in my life. You're just in that range. It's all glutes. For the entire set, there's just no escaping having tension on the glutes. Didn't really feel I felt no lower back fatigue, but just like you're doing it, you're repping it, and it feels awful by the end. But then as soon as you stop, it's just an insane pump, insane burn. Absolutely loved it. Great exercise. Managed to get 19 that set, so I was super happy with that. Glutes are a weakness for you. Definitely give that a shot. After that, I hit two sets, high rep sets on the leg curl, just to really isolate the hamstrings. Won't show you all those reps. Then finished up with some sled pulls and pushes. So I got some, I don't know what it is, not really turf, but these fake grass mats. They're 7 feet long. I connected them all together because my sled was sliding like trash on the rubber mats. Worked really, really well, except for they started to separate. I got to get some sand and lay it on the edge just to weigh them down a bit. May put some spikes in it too, but super happy with how the sled moved on it. I wanted to start doing some single leg bounds. Got those from Nomo, but they're next to impossible to do on the rubber because the sled just stops with every bound. It doesn't continue to slide. Looks like an amazing exercise for building power, so we're going to start hitting those after the 1100 pound total. So here it just did one continuous set of pushes and pulls until my quads were so full of lactic acid I just couldn't go anymore. And that was it. We're going to start hitting a lot more of this conditioning stuff after the 1100 pound total. This is the stuff that I really, really enjoy doing this stuff. We'll get the yoke going. We'll get the sleds going, the farmer carries, the sandbags. We'll really hammer away on the conditioning and get ready for summer. We'll try to go into next year with the conditioning on a different level. I've been grinding hard for 8 months straight at this 1100 pound total. So still going to be working hard through the summer, but it's going to be fun to change the workouts up a bit, do some different stuff. Work on some weak points. Got a multitude, kind of like the thing with doing this 1,100 pound total. As the weights get heavier and heavier, you start finding all the weak points that need to be shored up. So I got a list of them. But that's it for today's workout. Thanks for watching. Time for me to go eat my post-workout power yogurt. Have yourself a great night.